Now, you told producers that you were only 4 when you learned that you were a descendant of both slave and slave owners.
That is correct.
Now, as you grew up, how did this affect you? What did you think about?
Well, for one, I'm very light-skinned as a Black person, and we're very different complected in my family. And I always wondered about it. And growing up, I would go to school and people would wonder what my race was and where I came from. So I think at a very young age, I was curious. And since my parents knew so much about our family history and they wanted me to know the truth, they told me right away, you know, you are the offspring of this woman, here is her picture, and this man, and they told me everything.
So there was a slave owner and a slave, but apparently this was a relationship that wasn't totally toxic because, as you say, this reparation was made voluntarily, right?
Yes, I mean, I believe that my second great-grandmother, Florence, did have some sort of positive relationship with her father because, I mean, when she asked for help, he would give it to her.
Mhm. And this has made a big difference in your family, as you pointed out, and sustained your family across generations, right?
Absolutely. Generations of farming. My ancestors, right out of slavery, could read and write, and I think that's why I know so much about my family history. We have autobiographies. I mean, I think wealth comes in many forms. It comes in education. It comes in just our family being together still after all of these years. It comes in knowing your history, which a lot of Black people in this country do not.
Do you ever have mixed feelings about owning your land in Mississippi?
I don't necessarily think I have mixed feelings, but I do know that it is a privilege, and most Black people in this country did not get that privilege. And I'm a firm believer that when you have privileges, you should use them to help others. So traditionally, this land in my family has always been land that has helped the community. And now that I have kind of taken over everything, I will do the same.
One of the questions that I hear and that I read about is that there is no one alive today that was a slave owner. There is no one alive today that was enslaved. So how does that translate back to 150 plus years ago?
Well, I don't think reparations is only a conversation about slavery. I think reparations need to be paid for Reconstruction, the Jim Crow era, police brutality over the years. I mean, my mother went to jail 7 times during the Civil Rights Movement. She was put in solitary confinement as a 15-year-old little girl. Doesn't she get something for that? Because that wasn't fair. So I think, yes, we have years of reparations. It's just, that was just the start. There's more.
Okay, so for you, this isn't just about slavery.
No.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.